Hi Easy family, hi guys, welcome back again to another exciting cooking moment in the Easy Kitchen. Today we're going Italian. Why? Because we're going to make these two types of pizzas. We're going to make chicken pizza and mushrooms with vegetable pizza. It's nice to buy pizza outside, but it's even nicer to make your own pizza. This is simple, quick, and easy. If you would like to know how I whip these up, stay tuned.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome back guys. So let's start with the pizza dough. I'll be using 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoonfuls of yeast, a teaspoon of sugar, you can use white sugar, any type of sugar, and a dash of salt. Some people prefer warm milk, but I prefer to use warm water, so I'll be using 2 cups of warm water. You can use 3 cups actually. Then a tablespoonful of olive oil. And then what I'm going to do next is mix everything together. Now that my dough is formed, here comes the hard work. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my board and knead my dough for about 12 to 15 minutes. You need extra shoulder work. But this is the best part, okay? You have to knead your dough very, very, very well to get that beautiful consistency. So now I'm just going to transfer my dough into my mixing bowl coated with extra virgin olive oil. This is to make sure that when it rises, it does not stick to the bowl. Okay, then I'm just going to cover it with a thin film of plastic and then store in a warm place for about an hour. So as my dough is being stored, I'm going to go ahead and make pizza sauce. For my pizza sauce, I use 1 large red bell pepper with about 6 tomatoes. And what I do is I just cut my tomatoes into pieces, in about 4 pieces, okay? And then put them in my pan, add water to it, and boil. So then afterwards, I just drain the hot water from it, add a little bit of cold water, and then take off the skin from it. Then I cut up my red bell peppers, add it to the tomatoes, and blend until they're very smooth. Next, I'm going to add about 3 tablespoonfuls of olive oil to my pan. Then when it's hot, I'm going to add some onions and garlic to it and stir them until they are translucent. Then I'm going to take the garlic out. You can choose not to take the garlic out, that's just fine. Then I'm just going to pour back my blended mixture into the oil and cook this for about 30 minutes. But before that, I'm going to season it with my oregano leaves. You have to make the tomato sauce nice, okay? So I add a bit of salt. I choose to add a bit of hot pepper. You can choose to not do it. But I'm African, come on. Something has to be spicy. So you make sure your tomato sauce is nice, okay? You don't want a bland tomato sauce on your pizza. It's not going to make it nice. So this, like I said earlier, I cook it for about 30 minutes or until it thickens. And then I just set it aside. So now that my sauce is ready, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my toppings. With the chicken pizza, I'm using 1 large chicken breast, boneless chicken breast that I've sliced into pieces. I'm just going to add some Adobo seasoning. Don't make sure the seasonings do not overpower the meat, or else your pizza is just going to be of, like this taste of seasonings. Everything has to come together perfectly. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of paprika, mix everything together and set it aside, kind of marinate it. And then go ahead and cut up my mushrooms. For my vegetable toppings, also I'll be using just a part of yellow, green, and red bell peppers and some jalapeños. You can use coarse spotted pepper or Jamaican hot peppers, that's fine. Then I'm just going to cut them into thin slices. Okay, cut everything. Then I'm going to cut up just a quarter of onions also. And then set everything aside. So these are my toppings, my vegetable toppings. Make sure you don't use too much, okay? Because you don't want to overpower the pizza. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare my meats, alright? You see, I add just a little bit of oil to my pan, run it around, and then add my chicken when it's hot. And then I'm going to cook each side for about 5 minutes. Make sure it's cooked, okay? I'm going to serve for about 5 minutes, and then take them out. Add a little bit of water to the pan and add my mushrooms. Cook the mushrooms for about 2 minutes. My mushrooms are done, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut up my chicken and then set them aside. So the next thing now to do is to shred my mozzarella cheese. You can choose to buy pizza cheese that is already sliced outside, but if you want to do it from the beginning or from scratch, you just buy a block of mozzarella cheese and you grate it yourself. So now my dough is formally, deliciously risen. So I'm just going to knead it again, set it aside for about 2 minutes, cut it into two, knead, and then go ahead and start with the pizza preparation. I'm going to start with 1/2 first. I'm just adding a bit of flour to my board again, knead it. Then I'm going to use a roller to kind of straighten them out, okay? You can see I'm adding a bit of butter to my pan. This is my round pan. Make sure you coat it, or else it's going to stick to it. And then what I'm going to do next is pick the dough from the board and kind of stretch it. Okay, you see you on TV or something kind of throw the pizza around. I cannot do that. What I do is I just try and stretch the dough. Okay, and then I'm going to rub my hands with some olive oil and go into the dough, kind of open them up, form the crust and everything. Okay, make sure you coat the pizza with the olive oil, okay? And then you go in with a fork and just poke holes into them. So the next thing now is to add your tomato sauce on top of the dough, okay? But not too much, or else you're going to overwhelm the pizza. And then you go in with your cheese and then your chicken. So this is easy, right? And then just go in with your vegetables. Remember, you can choose to use any type of vegetables you like to use. This is homemade pizza. Go wild, go crazy, use whatever you want to use. Next is the mushrooms pizza. Same procedure. Use the roller to open up the pizza. Coat your dish with some butter or margarine. Spread out your dough. Okay, stretch it out. Stretch out your dough. Rub your hands with olive oil. Go in there. Form your crust. Coat the dough with olive oil. Go in with your fork to poke holes. Add your tomato sauce, cheese, mushrooms, the same thing, okay? And your vegetable toppings. Now that I'm all set, I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So I'm just going to bake my pizzas for about 15 minutes at 350 degrees. And this is how they look. Oh my goodness. These are my pizzas. Just going to cut it and let you see the deliciousness we created. I mean, guys, look at this. Look at this. Will you want to buy pizza from outside anymore? I mean, this is so delicious. So delicious. And that's my chicken pizza, and this is my mushrooms pizza. I might say I even love the mushrooms pizza more because this is just wonderful. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for your support. I hope you have a great and wonderful day. And go ahead and enjoy my pizza. And I hope you enjoy yours when you prepare it. Bye.